in the year of our Lord 1612, when frost licked the edges of every windowpane, and the forests of Moravia whispered secrets through the pines, there lived a woman whose name even now drips from the lips of villagers like a curse. Countess Adela von Crane, last of her line, mistress of the black citadel of Elnera Castle, so swallowed by the Carpathian peaks that sunlight only kissed its towers on solstice mornings. The villagers called her La Sombrette, the little shadow, but there was nothing little about what Adela became. She was born into silk, into rot, into the echoes of grandeur that had long abandoned the house of Crane. Her father, Lord Magnus, once hunted men for sport. Her mother, they said, had eyes like a hawk and a tongue like a dagger sharp enough to cut through truth and carve lies. Adela watched them from behind crimson drapes, a child with raven hair, and a silence that unnerved even the most devout of maids. She never spoke until the age of 6, and when she did, it was to whisper to the house priest that there was a girl in the cellars who cried each night, even though no such girl had ever been accounted for. The priest, a man of old fear, descended alone. He returned with hair turned white and tongue-tied into muteness. He died 3 days later, writing verses in blood on the chapel floor. By the age of 10, Adela had learned 3 languages, dissected a falcon with her own hands, and refused to eat anything not served in silver. Her smile came rarely, but when it did, it lingered too long like the aftertaste of iron. After the passing of her parents, first her mother, drowned in a tub of still water with no sign of struggle, then her father, found in the courtyard impaled upon the antlers of his favorite hunting stag. The castle was hers, and so too was its darkness. The villagers begged the bishop to send a holy envoy. Strange lights glowed from the castle's upper towers, and no one who went to serve there ever returned. Carts of food vanished into the woods, but the land produced no more grain than before, and the silence ... it grew louder. One by one, children began disappearing, always the same, pale-faced, angel-eyed, last seen near the road that winds like a serpent to the black citadel's gate. No bodies were found, only their shoes, neatly placed in pairs, facing north. Yet no one accused Adela aloud. How could they? Her name still bore noble weight, and in the cracked mirrors of the realm, bloodline was truth, not morality. She appeared once every season at the village square, cloaked in veils and velvet, gifting honeyed words and baskets of candied plums. Her hands never shook, her skin never wrinkled. Her eyes, they said, were like coal polished by fire, unnatural, unblinking, and utterly alive. It was the lamplighter, old Thomas, who first uttered the phrase that would haunt generations. The Countess burns children. He whispered it to his wife as he lay dying from frostbite after being locked out one winter's night by an unseen force. I saw it, he rasped. Little feet, glowing in the dark, like candles. The castle's windows began to flicker not with flame, but with something more blue, more steady, more ... alive. And there began the rumors of the lumen mortem, the light born not from oil, nor wax, but from the alchemical binding of pain, marrow, and soul. The Countess never denied it, but then again, she never confirmed it either. Her silence was its own gospel. By her 33rd year, the year Christ had died, Adela began to write letters, not to suitors, nor to kings, but to philosophers, anatomists, and practitioners of the hidden arts. Each letter sealed with a mark, not of wax, but of something black and clotted. She sought, they later learned, a way to trap time, to cage it, as one might cage a bird, and drink from its song like nectar. And in this pursuit, the light was the key, but not just any light, living light, the kind that screams. And so, the castle glowed through the winter, even when the wind howled and stars fled behind clouds. It glowed when it should have been dark, and the smell sweet, like burnt sugar and something else. Something wrong, and the children kept vanishing. Always in threes, always on the 3rd Sunday of the month. But no one dared climb the hill, not yet.